go out even if it's pretty cold. But if it's bitter cold or stormy, we don't go out every day. We just don't show up. But yeah, obviously our busiest season is in the summer before the kids go back to school. Like July, August, it's super busy.
The horses are not afraid of cars?
No, that does take a lot of training, but most of them are trained before they come to us. We buy them once they're adult horses that have been well trained to be traffic safe. So, you know what? I think we could go.
How many horses do you guys have?
I'm actually not sure how many my boss has because we have a bunch of horses at the one barn where I usually pick up these horses. Every morning when I come to work, I go to the barn, check on the whiteboard and see which 2 horses I'm assigned for that day. So it switches around, and I know he has another barn somewhere, so I'm not sure how many. I know we have about 5 or 6 teams out today, but there are more horses. So you always need backups and replacements and all that, especially over the summer.
So you have a break in here to keep the cart from running so fast?
I do. I would not volunteer to drive if I didn't have one. Yeah, actually Pennsylvania state law requires all the buggies to have headlights, the flashing red tail lights, a brake, and turning signals, and the orange triangle, reflective triangle, like the SMD symbol on the back. That's a requirement for all the Amish buggies, and that includes us.
Do you have to harness your horses and everything?
Sometimes it depends. We have a person in the barn that helps. Other times we do it by myself. But yeah. So here on the left are some hitching rails where the Amish ladies can tie their horses when they come shopping for flowers. The Amish in this area tend to be very wealthy, so local businesses really appreciate them as customers. In fact, our Walmart, Target, and Costco right here in this area have taken it up a notch. They have hired someone to build buggy sheds on their parking lot just to welcome Amish customers. So you'll find as we go along that the Amish do not live in isolated communities. They actually live right alongside the English, as they call anybody who's not Amish. So we're a load of English people today. This one here I can tell is an Amish house. It has the green shades inside the windows. There's 3 things I usually look for. Number 1, the green shades. Number 2, a clothesline where they hang their laundry to dry. And a big vegetable garden, which was in the back. I think they just harvested the last of it. So that tells me it's an Amish house. Now this next one has the green shades, and it does have a garden and everything in the back, but it has the electric lines going in. So I was a little confused at first, but I found out they bought the house from someone English, and what they do in a case like that, they disconnect the electric according to their rules, but they don't actually take out the wiring. That way, if they ever want to resell it, it's good to go to either Amish or English. In fact, when they're building houses, they'll do the same. They're required by code to put in all the wiring up to specs, and they're willing to do that, only they just never hook up the electric. Again, for resale purposes, it's very valuable to have that all installed.
Our Amish has electric and everything.
Sorry?
Ours has electric and everything else. And we have a lot in there. Some of them are Amish.
Do you have some Mennonites maybe?
Yeah.
So those would tend to have electric more. Here's an Amish farm on the right. You see the tobacco hanging in the barn to dry? That's not their main income. Most of the Amish, if they're farmers, are dairy farmers, which means their main income is from the milk that cows produce. However, they do a little bit of things on the side sometimes, like tobacco or soybeans. So the tobacco here needs to dry for a couple months. Early winter, they'll take it down, strip the leaves off the stalks, and grade them according to the thickness and quality of the leaf, and sell it to Lancaster Tobacco Company.
Do they grow molasses cane if you're to make molasses?
Do they grow sugar cane?
Yeah, make molasses.
Not in this area. Now, I know there's places maybe more further south that they grow some sugar cane. Right here in Lancaster County, I can't say that I've ever seen it.
The one down there makes molasses.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I've heard of people more like in Kentucky, Tennessee. That
They're in Kentucky.
yeah.
They're still there.
I've lived in Kentucky for 2 years and kind of learned some of Southern culture.
You did? Where'd you live?
It was close to Hopkinsville. Elkton, I think, was our address. So here on the right's a quilt shop where they sell quilts made by the Amish ladies.
Yeah, I'll turn around and look at the wheel. Look at the
A bunch of chickens with a few Jersey calves mixed in.
Oh, look at that.
Those are laying hens. They go inside the coop there to lay their eggs.
Yeah.
Every so often the Amish borrow a tractor from their English neighbor and move that coop around because the hens tend to stay close to the coop in the shade. Then they move it somewhere where there's more grass, then the hens go eat the grass there and all the bugs.